Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join live chat, and if you want to watch a broadcast, that's simple. Just go to Reaver.one, click on the live stream. Chat room is in that, or is on that page, I should say. So just go to Reaver.one, click on the live stream. You can watch a live broadcast while you chat with myself and everybody else that jumps into the room. So, the other thing I want to say, do you want to support the show? Do you want to support SHR Media? If so, go to Reaver.one. Click on the line. Excuse me. Who am I off this morning? Holy shnikes. I'm doing this whole new, intro because I changed where stuff is a little bit, try to make it easier on everybody, and it's totally got the timing and everything off. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.one/SHOP. Pick yourself up a t-shirt, survival bracelet. Pick yourself up a pocket Constitution. I only got 3 of them left, people. Get them while you can. I mean, I might get more in. It depends on if the supply is out there. But yeah, if you go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream, you can watch the live stream, and the chat room is in that page also. So you can be part of the chat while watching the live stream. So I normally listen to my music right before getting on air. And was listening to a new one from Five Finger Death Punch. Well, it's relatively new compared to the other stuff. And it's called I Apologize. And the video is actually pretty cool. He's walking through a graveyard. And it's all the great musicians of the heavy metal, rock and roll type music that have passed on. And it was he pays a lot of tribute. I give this band credit. Their number one, it seems to be their number one inspiration seems to be coming from military. They do a great song. Don't you hate when you get a brain fart when you talk about something? I'll get it in a second. Wrong Side of Heaven, The Righteous Side of Hell. The whole video, and there's a section before and afterwards. Before, they give a little brief on some military service. But it talks about the homelessness rate for vets. And the video's I think 7 minutes long or more. The video's only 4 minutes. And it goes into a scroll and it tells you all these places that veterans help groups that you can donate, volunteer, where you can help with it. And this is not the first time they've strayed into the military realm. They redid Bad Company's song Bad Company. They remade that, and they were following, I believe it was Bad Company platoon over in Iraq. Yeah, people say things I've never heard exactly, but they went over Iraq and they were doing tours over there for the military, helping out, and that's the song and the video that really, that's what gave them, I say, their fame. After that is when they hit it the big time. They're a good band. I mean, it's heavy metal, so some people like it, some people don't. I'm just going through some stuff. They've been around for a while. That and I've been listening to my Black Label Society, which is the guitarist and lead singer is from New Jersey. That's where I'm from. And he was Ozzy's guitarist for a long time. Guy's friggin' talented as hell. In fact, here's one of the remakes he did.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long.
All right, I can't play too much, otherwise you two will have a conniption fit. But yeah, if you look up Black Label Society, that one's Ain't No Sunshine. And it's kind of funny, they got a little goofy during the video. You got several of them wearing horse mask heads, and one's wearing a rooster head, and, you know, the rooster and the horse are getting in a fight. So, just some weird stuff. It's going to be a weird day. It's beginning of the weekend. End of the first week of school for my daughter, and she's loving it. She started middle school. I'm feeling old as hell. Took a little step out of me this week. Well, my Eagles played last night. Oh. And it's kind of funny. They played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I now live in Tampa Bay. And they beat the shit out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I say good. Not just because I'm a fan of the Eagles, but a couple seasons ago, the Tampa Bay hired Rutgers University head coach Greg Schiano. He was known as a hard-nosed coach. And the players, these rich, whiny little bitches, kind of didn't want to deal with him. And the team pretty much sucked. They had a shitty quarterback. In fact, that quarterback ended up getting released. He went over to Minnesota, played 2 games, I think it was, and we've never seen him before. But they were trying to make a big issue because the quarterback, I think, said he was gay or possibly gay, and it was, that's why Schiano has a problem with him. Well, they got rid of Schiano, brought in... I can't remember the coach they brought in. He was Lovie Smith. Oh, he's great with the players. You know, he's not a hard nose. And he lasted 2 years, and he got fired. It wasn't Schiano's fault. This town destroyed Schiano's reputation for what? Because the players they had sucked? The players didn't want to listen to the coaches? Or whatever the issues going on in there, It wasn't Shianu's fault. And they ruined that guy's career for nothing. The fans in this town owe him, and I say it every single game they lose. Think you owe Shianu an apology. Y'all crapped all over him. This team hasn't changed. We're going on third year without Shianu, and they still suck. So I was laughing when they lost last night to the Eagles. It just... The other... NFL pissed me off. And... I'll let it be known, I am not a huge football fan. I watch football. I like it. My main sport is hockey. The NHL. That is my sport. With football anymore, oh, that was too rough of a hit. Penalty. I mean, hockey's starting to get that way too. But last night there was a solid hit. Solid hit. Put the guy on his ass, and I think it rung his bell, but it was no contact to the head. And you had that, and that's, oh, that was a roughing hit. That should have been called a roughing hit. What is this, two-hand fucking football now? Shut up. These players, I'm sorry. I know this isn't a popular view, but they get paid a lot of goddamn money. And why do they say they need that money? Because it's a dangerous sport. They're putting their bodies at risk. They need that money, Eichel, because at any time their career can get done, so they need to be paid a high amount of money. And now they're crying that it's too dangerous. They're suing the NFL because there's concussions, and they didn't let us know that it could cause brain injuries. Come on. That'd be like saying a firefighter didn't know he can get burned. Then again, there's some of them, I don't want to get burned. I don't want to go in there and it's too hot. I'm just like, oh, that hit was just too hard. God, they're killing manliness in this world. It's... But back to the original I was going to talk about. So the Dallas Cowboys, who have been very pro-police, have been very honorable to the Dallas Police Department. One of the first practices, the players walked out on the field arm in arm with the chief of the Dallas Police Department and several officers. They walked out arm in arm, literally arm in arm, in support of the police department. I think that's great. So they asked the NFL if they could have a helmet decal in honor of the fallen police. The NFL has denied that request. The arm-in-arm decal was to be worn when the team opens its preseason schedule during the upcoming bout with the Los Angeles Rams. But Cowboys executive vice president Stephen Jones told the media that NFL officials said every team must be uniform and that stickers were nixed, which is bullshit. There's been plenty of times something happens and they've allowed that team to wear a special sticker on their helmet that other teams are not wearing. I've seen it with the Eagles. I've seen it with Tampa. I've seen it with the New York Giants. It happens. There's special circumstances that happen that they want to honor what went on, and the NFL has allowed it. But the NFL, being the little bitches that they are afraid they're going to ruffle feathers by being pro-police. So they're kowtowing to the likes of Black Lives Matter and giving a big middle finger not only to one of their football teams, but one of the cities, one of the biggest cities that they're in, they gave a middle finger to. Maybe people should boycott the games in Dallas this year to show the NFL exactly what they think of their decision. Their excuse for why it can't be, it's a lame excuse. One of the worst ones I heard. So now we know where the NFL stands. They stand against the police. And by doing this, they're standing against the police. It is the deadliest single incident for law enforcement in the history, except for September 11th, 2001. And it's disheartening. It's sickening that the NFL has turned into a bunch of pussies that have no balls and that they can't stand up for what is right. Incident happening in Thai authorities suspect anti-government forces in wave of bombings. It's but at least Dallas Cowboys tried to do what was right. The Dallas Police Department thanked the team for the sentiment. But a representative for the Dallas Fallen Officers Foundation was less forgiving of the NFL's decision. And his comment was, the NFL is in a very influential position and has the ability to evoke change, raise awareness, and support, and show its support for law enforcement by making the decals available to all NFL teams. That was from the Dallas Fallen Officer Foundation president and Dallas Police Department Sergeant Demetric Penny. The officer added that the Professional Football League missed an opportunity to facilitate positive change as well. Now, the Dallas Morning News sports columnist Tim Cowley-Shaw, whatever, jackass, applauded the decision, however, noting that the NFL was wise not to open a political door when honoring fallen officers. But they have allowed their players to come out on the field during a Sunday in support of Black Lives Matter last year. So, yes, the NFL has opened the door, you dumbass. And honoring dead officers is not opening a door to a political door. It is honoring our brave, you dumb fuck. Honoring our brave is not political. It's what we should be doing. Writing what you just did opened a political door because you turned it political. Before that, it was just honoring dead heroes. Dumbasses. After 9/11, they put stickers on. There's been local incidents where teams have honored their police and other departments. It's not political. And this idiot, Dallas paper columnist adds in a live chat regarding the decision, if you allow that, do you allow decals saying Black Lives Matter, pro-life, pro-choice, repeal Obamacare? No, that has nothing to do with it. None of that has to deal with somebody dead, officers dead. They've done it for owners of football teams, coaches. And the idiot goes on and says, where does it end? I think there's a place for protest and there's a place to honor victims in different ways. I think it ought to be up to the team whether they want to honor the local police department. The police department that keep those players safe. Those same police officers are the ones that are putting their lives on the line to protect those football players. I hate it. It annoys me. It pisses me off sometimes with this anti-police sentiment. And I got a friend that's on the other line. He's not anti-police, but the brutality that's going on, he's against. I see it in a different way. From working in the system, I could see the violence that happens all the time towards these emergency workers. How you literally have, that's too long of a decision. You got to just fire off those decisions right away. You don't have time to goddamn think. The majority of these cases, I see the goddamn perp deserve what they got. They don't follow the orders. When they react the way they do, they're reacting the same way where they've been trained that this is what happens when officers get killed. If you act like a dumbass, you're going to be treated like a dumbass. Is there officers going over the line? Yes. You know what? There's humans that go over the line all the time. I don't see everybody, well, I do see some people condemning human race. But for the most part, people don't condemn the whole human race because there is some people that are going over the line and breaking the laws. They do a hard enough job as it is. They don't need a bunch of Monday morning quarterbacks going at it with them. I've tried to stay out of this conversation because I know I'm a little bit biased on it from working in the field. I understand. I wasn't an officer, but I've had the shit happen. I've been attacked. I've been shot at. You know, that shit goes on in this business all the time. Way too much. No reason for it. Listen, I was a cocky little son of a bitch during my teenage years, and I mouthed off to the officers, too. And there's several times my ass should have been knocked down. And there was times that I had an officer get out of hand for no reason. I got choked out by an officer. I had my hands up. I wasn't resisting anything, and he fucking took his baton and wrapped it around my throat. Well, don't agree with it, but I didn't sit there and freak out about it. Well, kind of. I was drunk off my ass at the time. If it wasn't for a bunch of firefighters, I probably would have been in jail that night. It just... I don't see why they can't honor the dead. They're not jumping into who's right and who's wrong and all that. They just wanted to honor 5 officers that were murdered in cold blood. And with that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its host, the Jersey Boys. boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here, and we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch a broadcast and if you want to join the live chat, just go to reaver.1/ Oh, what the heck is it? It would have been nice of me to have this all ready and ready to go. But no, I got to be unprepared. Typical. Just like I was in school. Unprepared, never ready. Damn, my computers are slow today. Yeah, last night I got pissed off. I got a UPC for my computers. And power went out for an instant. And for some reason the UPC did not work. Now, why is that like that? I wonder if I can correct that. I don't like the link that it's given. Here we go. So if you want to go and watch a live broadcast, or if you want to join the chat, just go to reaver.1/live video. That is reaver.1/live video. That should be easy enough. Hit that live. So I think I got that straight now. Hello. Someone just joined the chat. Just want to see. Oh, that's me. Dum-dum. I was on another computer and I should have logged me. Yeah, that logged me in. Duh. I'm such an idiot sometimes. If you want to support the show and support my dumb ass, well, actually, you're not supporting me. All the money taken, give. I give up. That's it. We're folding up shop for the day. Time to go. All the money that's made through the show gets put back into the show. I get paid $0 for this. So if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to reaver.1/shop. That is reaver.one/SHOP. I got to remember to rewrite that whole thing. Just to make it easier. It's Friday. What do you people expect? It's Friday. The weekend's almost here. Yeah. That's a good excuse, and that's the one I'm sticking to. Now, several FBI field offices pushed DOJ to probe Clinton Foundation after Clinton cash came out. While the federal investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of private email server while she was Secretary of State was underway, several FBI field offices asked the Justice Department to investigate the murky connections between the State Department and the Clinton Foundation. Both were shut down, and this is according to a report by CNN. Several FBI field offices approached the Justice Department asking to open a case regarding the relationship between the State Department and the Clinton Foundation, according to a law enforcement official, CNN stated late Wednesday. At the time, DOJ declined because it had looked into allegations surrounding the Clinton Foundation around a year earlier and found there wasn't sufficient evidence to open a case. Oh, my God. I'm really getting sick of our government looking into our government and their officials and finding that there's not enough evidence. We don't think they intentionally did it. Sooner or later, that Teflon is going to wear off. And she's going to get nailed hard. But I'm hoping that we don't find out just how crooked and evil that witch is by her becoming the president and totally destroying this country. Because those little pussy liberals are going to be running to us conservatives to stand up and fight for them because they screwed the country up. It's not a threat, but this is what's happened in history. This is what's going to happen in the future. The liberals are going to screw this country up so bad. The government's going to turn against the liberal people. They're going to be shocked and outraged that it happened. They're too much of weaklings and pussies to actually stand up and fight for the country. So they're going to have to run to the conservatives, convince us to stand up for them, so that we may take the country back. Now, this is hyperbole that I'm giving. I am not giving a threat to the government, so hypothetical, my opinion, what could happen in the future. However you want to put it, it's not a threat saying this is what's going to go down. Because I could see some dumbasses. Look at that, he made a threat. He made a threat. He made a threat. Hey, Doc, he made a threat. Hey, if they could turn Hillary's comment into an assassination threat, I could say, hey, hi, how you doing? Oh, my God, that's a threat. He's threatening to have the president killed. I didn't mention the president. But that's what you meant. What? That's how stupid they could be. But they're going to screw this country's up so freaking bad. And when it comes biting them in the ass, oh, how did that happen? Oh, it's the Republicans' fault. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at cities like Detroit as a good example. Place has been a shitbag for how many years? And it's the Republicans' fault. They haven't had a Republican in like 40, 50 years. That's how mindless liberals are anymore. Clinton is up 5 in Florida. I don't see how that's happening because how many rallies have happened here in Florida? And how many does Trump have filled with thousands, 10,000s, 20,000s, 30s? Hillary comes and she gets 20, 50, 100. And this is happening nationwide. She's in the lead. She can't get a person to go to her goddamn rally unless she pays for them. And I was talking to a couple people yesterday, and I just brought up the fact that, hey, also look at the fact that total brain fart. My brain just totally shut down on me. I'm like, what the hell? The fact of what? There's a lot of people that are afraid to admit they don't like taking these polls, which was, I'll get to that one in a second because that made me laugh. Really, I was hysterically laughing last night. But these polls, people don't like to admit what they're doing. I mean, you had I think it was 62-year-old man up in New Jersey was wearing a Trump shirt. He got beat over the head with a tire iron. I believe he's still alive, but this guy beat him for a political shirt he is wearing. Again, perfect example of the left and the violence. How they can't control themselves. And we're seeing that all the time anymore, all over America, that the liberals cannot control themselves. Then they try blaming us for it. So last night, someone put up one of those, it was an NBC poll, NBC One or something like that, but it was one of NBC's sites. And all they were asking is who you're voting for. And they had the Trump, Clinton, Gary Johnson, and Jill Stein. All four of them in there. And I went and took it, and it just asked that question. That's it. You click. You done. Didn't even ask for your email. And the lady goes, hey, because this is too funny. I got to give the exact statement. It made me laugh. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I'm not trying to make fun of the lady. That's why I won't give her name. But it was just like, oh my God. Where the hell to go? Where to go? Where to go? Bet you now I won't be able to find it. Give me, all right. So it's a NBC poll. If you go to NBCpoll.com, you can take the poll. And this person puts, looks to me like they are fishing for information. This whole page is trying to get you to tell them who you're voting for. My response is yes, that's what polls are for. They want to know who you're voting for so they can get that information and come up with a result. The paranoia that's going on with this person is, oh my God. A poll is trying to get information from you. It's collecting information. That's beyond paranoia. That's going to... That one, I don't even know where to begin on that. That's what polls do. They collect information. Now, I've seen polls that really get a little too far. All it did is who you vote for. That's it. Nothing else. Like I said, they're not asking your name. They're not asking for an email. Nothing. And they're fishing for information. Yeah, they're fishing. That's what polls do, people. And hang on. NBD polls. Trying to pull that poll back up because it just was holy shit. And damn it. Now I'm going to have to find this again. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very ill prepared today. I'm trying to pull this poll up because it was a pretty lopsided when I saw it. And is this it? Yes. Page is a little slow. And it's got Jill Stein, it's got Gary Johnson, it's got Trump and Clinton. So there's everybody there so you understand who's who. Pulling the results up. Now there's been 109,201 votes in 3 days, with 58% going to Donald Trump. Jill Stein at 19% is in second place. Then Hillary Clinton, then Gary Johnson at 10%. Now, when I saw it yesterday, it was Donald Trump, Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, then Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has caught up a little bit. Well, you're talking 58% to Trump, 13 to Hillary, 19 to Jill Stein, and 10 to Gary Johnson. And these polls, more you look at them online, and you will see a very big curve towards Donald Trump. But these other ones are curving towards Hillary. And they're getting caught red-handed cheating on those polls. And again, I was talking to my brother about it because he was getting a little worried. He's like, look at the polls. I'm like, explain to him, look at the rallies. I said, you also have to look at these polls got caught tampering with their results. One of them changed the whole format. And I forget exactly how it was done, but they had all four candidates in there. Then they took the Jill Stein and Gary Johnson vote and removed them from the category, but they said the assumption that those votes would automatically go to Hillary, so they added that to Hillary's total to boost her above Trump. Now, that's an assumption that they did during the primaries, and it never worked out that way. I mean, how many times did we hear as soon as this candidate was getting ready to drop out, all those votes are going to go to candidate X? And it never happened. They got spread out. So they're trying to do it again, saying, well, we're going to take these two categories out, these two people out of it, and they're going to go to Hillary. So even if you did it with that poll, you still would not have Hillary ahead. What's that, 52? She would only have 42% because Trump had 58. You can't take out the age groups because they don't ask any information. It's why I mentioned age, because there was another poll that got caught. What they did is they removed the 18 to 34-year-old crowd, that category, totally out of the equation, took it out. Why? Because that category is the category that was big with Bernie Sanders supporters. And a lot of them are not happy with the status quo of voting for Hillary. And they're thinking Jill Stein, Trump, or not voting. But that, you take that category out, and that, sways things. Another one, I'm trying to remember exactly how they did it, how it was explained. And you had that one. I forget now. There's so much bullshit going on. It's hard to remember everything that is. And I know I'm supposed to have all these notes in front of me, but I don't always have all the information in front of me, so I do apologize about that. But they are swinging these polls, tampering with the evidence. One of them changed its whole formula, the mathematical equation that it used to get to its end result. They've changed it. And from what I understand, it still doesn't even make sense, their mathematics, but they had to change the mathematics to, and they got caught saying, how can we change the mathematics to make it Hillary Clinton in the lead? And there's several of these supposed expert groups that are picking Donald Trump with a landslide, and they look at more than just these telephone polls, because the telephone polls, well, they're not exactly accurate because they don't factor in cell phones, only house phones. A lot of people don't have house phones. But it is not, I don't think, looking good for Hillary. Yes, there's going to be fraud. I know the Democrats are going to do fraud. And you got the Democrats. We do not have voter fraud. There's no cases of voter fraud. Okay, there's a couple cases. There's more than a couple cases. Well, there's a study done. And, well, I've seen the liberal studies. And they have the result that they want. So they do the study to come up with the result that they have. If that makes sense to everybody. And basically, they have the answer, so they do the study so that the study comes out to the answer. Like if you had $5, you're going to come up with the mathematical equation how to come up to $5 instead of, adding up the money to find out how much you have. It's easy to do that way. If you want to prove there's no voter fraud, it's easy to prove there's no voter fraud. You just exclude certain information. There's voter fraud that goes on. There's numbers that are being reported, a higher number of voters than there is registered citizens. Well, that's voter fraud. Maybe nobody's getting convicted of that, but there's something going on there. And it's happening time and time and time again, people. It's not rocket science here. So, unless there's massive voter fraud, I do think Trump's going to win it. Yes, I do worry on what kind of president Trump's going to be. But that comes with anybody. Anybody. It doesn't matter who we elect. You better worry because they can totally play us. Anybody could play us and say, this is what we're going to do. Obama did it. He played a lot of people. A lot of people truly thought that he was going to be a good president. I admit it. When he first got elected, I bought into his bullshit. My parents did. We thought this was going to be a great president. And I had a very close friend of mine going, no, he's bullshitting. He's bullshitting. I'm like, there's no proof of it. Oh, shit, it's starting to happen. Fuck, you're right. Anybody can get fooled. So I do worry about it, but I also want to see. There's a lot of people, Kel, that bought into it. He was a good bullshit artist. He was. He said what a lot of people wanted. So people bought into it. I didn't vote for him. because I didn't know him. So I voted for McCain because I knew McCain would fuck us over. I knew it. Obama was that unknown, so I didn't know what he was going to do. So it was kind of vote for the evil that you know versus the evil that you don't know. I believe Trump when he says he's doing this for the people. He's got more than enough money. He's not really going to be able to bought. By straightening out our economy, he's straightening out, it's helping his business in the long run, which is helping his children and his grandchildren. And by doing that, he knows he's helping other people. Everybody keeps saying he doesn't do things unless there's publicity. There's case after case after case of stuff that he's done that he never wanted press. He's helped people for years as long as there was no press involved in it. Because he didn't want everybody knowing his business and knowing that he was a charitable man, because then you get overwhelmed. Because I saw an article, we know that he doesn't do this type of stuff. No, actually, there's cases coming out of stuff he's did. His limousine was broke down. A couple stopped, offered him a ride. He took them up on it. During the travel, they got talked and found out the family was financially hurting. When he got back to New York, he had them find out about the people, find out who the mortgage is, and he paid their house off for him to help him. There's a farmer who was having trouble with taxes. Unfortunately, he, I think, took his own life to try to get money for the family to pay taxes, and still that didn't work. He found out about what's going on, and he paid all the back taxes or something like that. He's helped couples. He's helped people throughout his whole life. He doesn't want it known. He's not doing it for publicity. He did it because he wanted to help. And the left can't understand people that want to help just to help. To them, you have to have a reason to help people. There has to be some kind of publicity. Become, big shot on TV, a celebrity. There's a lot of people that help that don't want the notoriety. But the left doesn't understand that. And a perfect example, and then we got to go to break. We're running a little late. My father-in-law still doesn't understand how and why I volunteered on an ambulance and a fire truck for all those years. He doesn't understand how I did that for that long and not get paid. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying confidence, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. And you can also watch a live broadcast. Go to reaver.one/live video. I think that's it. If you just go to reaver.one and you can click on the live stream button, it'll take you right to it. Also, you can, while you're there, support the show. Pick yourself up a t-shirt. You can show off that you're pro Second Amendment, that you're anti-Hillary Clinton. So many different t-shirts to choose from, or you can just pick up a Reaver of Common Sense t-shirt. We have survival bracelets that are custom, handmade to order. And the most important one, you can buy a pocket constitution. Carry it around so you know exactly what your rights are. With that, the weekend's almost here. At the same time, I'm also trying to get some paperwork done. Hold on. There we go. So, yeah, so they've hate this tiny rug. So, the FBI wanted the the Clinton Foundation investigated. Of course, our federal government ignores that. It's getting too common for that to happen. Way too common that that's happening. What do we need to do to actually get an investigation? What do we have to do to get justice? Oh, wait a minute. Let's be like Black Lives Matter and just keep screaming, no justice, no peace. Because they get what they want. So maybe we ought to start doing the same thing. And it's the same principles. Because there's a lot of question about whether there's been some murders committed in the name of Hillary Clinton. And in fact, now WikiLeaks is now kind of saying that that one of their people that leaked the information is a gentleman that was recently murdered in a so-called botched robbery. A robbery hold on one second. Brain fart. Yeah, a botched robbery where nothing was taken. There was a lot of items in plain sight that were never taken. But they say that it was just a botched robbery. That's why he got murdered. Now, you got, what is it? Julian Assange, the head of WikiLeaks. I know I'm butchering his last name. And he's now basically hinting that that's the person who leaked all the information. That he's the informant. And he's also hinting that's why he's dead. Because Hillary Clinton had him. And this is nothing new about accusations towards Hillary. People have been saying that the Clintons have been having people killed for years. It's nothing new, people. Of course, the Democrats totally freak out like it's a new accusation. And they're so appalled by it. I mean, the shit they say and accuse Trump and conservatives of, and then they get all, excuse the expression, butthurt when they get the same kind of accusations thrown back at them. It's kind of funny. Yes, I'm trying to do several things at the same time. Trying to do the show and get some documents ready so they can be dropped off at the post office, get out the mail. But I'm already a dick on a couple of these. Yes, I just called myself a dick. I know that. But when you mistreat me, I'm going to do things, little things that I can deal with back at you. Yeah, probably wait till Monday. Oops. Crap on a cracker. Crap on a cracker. Come on. Damn it. Having a brain fart. I totally forgot. I gotta put something else in there, and I went and closed everything up. All right. Yeah, Cal, I'll get that out this week or next week. When are you going away? That makes me... shnikes. Kind of wondering... I don't know how long it takes from Tampa, Florida to Canada. Oh, Canada. I know, this is a weird show, folks. It's a weird day for me. I don't know why. But this one I really wanted to get to. Now that I'm trying to multitask is done. Ted Cruz is back in the news again. And it's not a good news either. It's Ted Cruz visited the Laredo sector of the U.S.-Mexican border, and Border Patrol agents are saying that they're speaking out against Ted Cruz on his political stunt on the border, that he did not contact the Border Patrol agents to discuss their needs. According to the agents, Senator Ted Cruz has yet to contact him through his freshman term in the U.S. Senate. The Border Patrol agents reached out to a news agency to rebuke the senator for what they say is a pattern of having tough rhetoric while taking little action. And that's a lot of people have been saying that about Cruz, and including myself, that everything is a dog and pony show with them, that it's all It's just talk for him. He's trying to make himself look better than he actually is, sort of like what Obama did. Spoke highly of himself, but took little actions. And it's starting to come about that is exactly what he's doing. The agents say that Senator Cruz only showed up to the border to hand out teddy bears on camera or to hear the Obama administration political appointees' glossy version of the reality on the ground. Senator Cruz's spokesperson strongly refutes these assertions. Of course, they're not going to sit there and go, yep, we're caught, we're done. Even the most arid conservatives and border security fighters, both in elected positions and in the grassroots, have long recognized that the National Border Patrol Council is the only mechanism Border Patrol agents have to speak out and to hold Obama's Custom and Border Patrol Agency accountable. Utah Representative Jason Chaffee, Texas Representative Blake Fairthenhold, Arizona Senator John McCain, I'm not sure, Kel. I'm not sure if Cruz is the one that did the green eggs and ham to do his filibuster. See, Cruz has done a lot of stunts. And Rand Paul was the one that did the successful filibuster. Then Cruz saw the publicity that he got, and I know he tried to do something of a filibuster, but it really wasn't. And it didn't succeed in doing anything. The whole story of Cruz, I mean, he does a lot of things to make himself look great, but they really don't accomplish anything. I just don't see what he's doing. But even the Republican presidential nominee, Donald Trump, are all on the long list of leaders who recognize the importance of reaching to actual Border Patrol agents through the NBPC, which is the, where the hell did it go? National Border Patrol Council. Texas grassroots Tea Party leaders even brought Border Patrol agent Hector Garza from Laredo to speak to the Texas Senate on border security, a service he can only perform due to his role in the NBPC. Still, say Border Patrol agent, Ted Cruz has never reached out to them or even returned the repeated calls to him. Kathleen Frazier, a spokesman for Senator Cruz, disputes this claim, and she said that there is no record of the agents reaching out to the senator. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it that he read green eggs and ham. They do a lot of crazy shit just to keep talking. This is the final straw, says Border Patrol agent Hector Garza. He finally came to Laredo to see the border, and he didn't even contact us. Agent Garza spoke exclusively to Breitbart, Texas, in his role as NBPC Local 2455 president. The CBP gives the tours that their politically appointed leadership tells them to give. They are deceiving the American public. What a politician sees on an official tour is nothing close to the reality we experience each day as agents. Considering the tough rhetoric Senator Ted Cruz puts out on border security and on supporting agents, you would think he would actually return our call. Senator Cruz doing this when his history of doing this is considered. Clearly engaged in political stunts in our city. Nothing more. I would not doubt for a second about this. I wouldn't. Because this is a very common agenda, very common out of Cruz. And I know the pro-Cruz people will lambaste me. Problem is, I was a Cruz supporter at one time. I really was. And I've talked with others. Sackhead Sean, me and him were talking about it. And I think it was yesterday we talked about it. Too many times, he tries all these stunts, and if something doesn't go right, he blames everybody else for his mistakes. Too many times do we hear of these type of stunts that do nothing, so if nothing happens, it really shouldn't hurt him. And again, the Border Patrol agents are saying he never contacted them. In fact, never returned phone calls. And it's, nope, not me. Never happened. That they're so wrong. Too many incidents are happening around Ted Cruz. And I know he's now trying to position himself to make look good for a 2020 run. Problem is, all these negatives keep popping up. And I really do see where it's not looking good for him. It doesn't look good for him. And I'm losing any and all respect. I have actually lost any and all respect, but he just keeps going lower and lower. I mean, the stunts he's been pulling lately, he's lost a lot of financial support, and now with this coming out, he's just losing support upon support. But Senator Cruz's spokesman, Kathleen Frazier, says that media inquiries on this matter, and she felt that Senator Cruz had done a lot to fight for border security. Cruz had a positive and informative meeting and border tour in Laredo. No one has been a greater advocate for giving border agents the resources they need to secure the border. What has he done? I've not heard a single thing that he's done to give them support and give them resources. What resources has he given them? I love how they give these broad statements, but never any specific. Because they give anything specific, they can be held accountable. But when they make these broad statements, they don't have to give, anything to lock them down because it's so broad that it covers any. Well, I said that I supported them, so right there's the resources I have given them. She went on to say, our Senate office has no record of a request from NBPC to meet, but the senator is happy to do so at their convenience to discuss their concerns. Oh, yeah, now all of a sudden when it becomes public, they want to have meetings where he said he has been having meetings in the past where he's had all these discussions. Now it comes out that he's never had. Oh, we'll be more than glad. She ignores the fact that he stated they supposed to have them and never did. It's I don't know. The man seems more a fraud as time goes by. I don't know about anybody else. But it's getting that time. It is time for a break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying confident, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to Reaver.1 and click on the live stream button. There you can not only join the live chat, you can watch a broadcast of Reaver of Common Sense. It's that easy, people. I try to make it as easy as possible. Easy as pie. So while you're there watching, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. Now, if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, just go to Reaver.1/shop. Or if you're already on the page, you could just hit the shop button. Pick yourself up a t-shirt, a survival bracelet, a pocket constitutional book. Getting low on supplies here, people. Getting very low on supplies. So get them before they're gone. I don't know if I'll be able to get them in again. I don't know. We'll have to see. So, see where are we at. God, my printer is loud as hell. It is almost the weekend. This is the last segment. Commercial free from here on out. This is the one I've been wanting to get to actually for a couple days, and I just never had a chance to. Trying to finish up some paperwork. A very good friend of mine and someone who listens to the show very daily, and I'm forever grateful. Ordered one of the Pocket Constitutions, so trying to get it so I can get it shipped out ASAP, because I know my wife's running out in a little bit, so I might see if she'll stop and get this mailed out for me. I know also internationals take a little bit longer. All right, so there that is. All right. Finish that up after the show. And this is the article I've been wanting to get to actually for a couple days now. And it pertains to the whole Donald Trump threatening assassination, all that bullshit that the liberals pulled to try to scream victim. And that's what they did. They're trying to turn Hillary into a victim. And the liberals bought it. The weak-minded liberals bought it. People that actually have a brain went, nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But weak-minded liberals bought into it. There were some Republicans, they did their typical apologize immediately. Man, we gotta find a way to get these Republicans a set of cojones. They need a set of balls, because every time the Democrats scream and cry victimhood, they immediately start apologizing, right, wrong, or indifferent. They start apologizing. They'll apologize for other people. That's the funny part. They start apologizing for Trump. Trump ought to have been out there going, shut your mouths, I'm not apologizing. Republicans, oh my God. Are you guys that stupid or just that weak? As soon as the liberals start attacking, you bend over and start apologizing. It pisses me off. But here's some things that we could do as pro-gun Second Amendment people. Unite to defeat the gun-grabbing Hillary in November's election. We can stop Hillary. There's more of us. There's more pro-gun than there is these anti-gun pussy liberals. We can unite and defeat Hillary at the ballot box. It's called the power of unification. Second Amendment people have an amazing spirit and are tremendously unified, which gives us a great political power. And this year, we better be out there voting in record numbers. Don't buy into Hillary's bullshit. Unify behind Trump. Get a set of balls. Yes, he speaks tough. Yes, he sometimes is abrasive. Everybody's been beaten down with this political correctness bullshit for so long. They became a bunch of pussies. Stand up. Brush it off. Go on. You have to put a little dirt on it. Well-organized gun organizations like Gun Owners of America and the NRA will credibly argue that any gun owner who votes for anybody but Donald Trump in November is casting a vote against their interests as a gun owner. Hillary is not a supporter of guns. Gary Johnson is not a supporter of guns. Jill Stein is not a supporter of guns. The only one that has a full support of guns is Donald Trump. Block gun-grabbing Hillary in Congress. The Obama administration has said that they are profoundly frustrated that their gun-grabbing agenda has been blocked by Congress. Obama himself has said that one area that I felt I've been the most frustrated and the most stymied is in the fact that the United States of America is the one advanced nation on earth in which we do not have sufficient common sense gun safety laws. We have enough gun safety laws. We now need the people to start acting even more responsible. We have a record low gun violence. Record low gun violence. And they want to keep pushing their agenda because they want to ban guns. Blocking gun-grabbing Hillary in court. Second Amendment people have had a significant success reversing gun-grabbing laws in the courts during the last decade. The largest being Heller versus District of Columbia, which ruled Washington, D.C.'s draconian gun ban was unconstitutional. While Hillary will certainly try to appoint judges who are open to the reinterpretation of the Second Amendment, she has said that she would use opposition to the Supreme Court ruling on campaign finance laws, known simply as Citizens United, as a litmus test. Which litmus test will she prioritize? The Senate must also approve Supreme Court nominees and could block gun-grabbing nominees. Problem is, these people can appear on the outside to be pro-gun and be very much into gun-grabbing. You can have, as we have seen, a conservative on the outside, but then is very liberal with his rulings. Which one is that? Stevens? Robertson? The one that Cruz pushed turns out to be the one that's backing liberals now? Say it ain't so. And here's another simple, and we use their own tactics against them. A peaceful, disobedient gun grabbing of Hillary. On to February 23rd, 2013, more than 100,000 Second Amendment people rallied in more than 100 locations across the country as part of the Day of Resistance. The message to political and media elites was the peaceful gun owners would use every peaceful means necessary to resist laws and interpretations that infringe on our constitutional right. Just because Hillary Clinton decrees a limit on magazine capacity or which scary-looking guns are banned, it doesn't mean that otherwise law-abiding gun owners will comply. And a tweet that was put out, if Hillary or her SCOTUS tried to reinterpret the Second Amendment, millions understand they have a responsibility not to comply. As a last resort, Second Amendment people can pass laws at the state level nullifying federal laws that infringe on constitutional rights, including the Second Amendment. At a minimum, this would legally tie the issue up for years, giving Second Amendment people more opportunities to block the gun grabbers at the ballot box. Gun owners are determined to preserve the Second Amendment for future generations because they understand that it is the last defense against a government tyranny that would be Hillary Clinton, that Obama has tried for the past 7.5 years. Donald Trump has understood their determination and knows that they are prepared to peacefully fight gun-grabbing globalists like Hillary Clinton, even if there is an evil and she wins the election in November. Canada takes down known wolf. An Islamic State jihadist planning a suicide bombing. Working on a tip from the American FBI, Canadians Royal Canadian Mounted Police moved against a 24-year-old errant driver, an Islamic State supporter, and killed him after a tense standoff on Wednesday, before driver could carry out a planned suicide bomb attack. Reuters reports the raid was conducted in the small Ontario town of Strathroy. Did I say that right, Cal? 100 miles south of Toronto. When the police confronted driver, he detonated an explosive device, injuring himself and another person. I hear a bomb sound like a bang. I was freaking out because this is a small and quiet town, said a witness, Irene Lee. All of a sudden, the policemen were yelling, everyone get into your houses. According to The Sun, the other person injured in the explosion was a taxi driver. Driver was shot dead by RCMP after setting off the bomb. The Globe and Mail says driver planned to take the taxi to a shopping mall in nearby London, Ontario. A CBC report adds that police informed driver's family that he had another device and planned to detonate it, presumably in a suicide attack at the shopping mall. The FBI tipped to Canadian authorities concerned in an imminent rush hour attack in a major Canadian city. And yes, Cal, if it would have, it would have been a disaster. Thank God we were able to avert this disaster. Driver was a perfect example of known wolf jihadi. An individual who was very much on law enforcement's radar screen long before he attempted to murder innocents in the name of Islamic State. A Muslim convert who sometimes used the alias Hiran Abdul Rahman, alphabet soup. Driver was under a court order from earlier this year to not associate with any terrorist organization, including ISIS. How did that work out for that court order? Didn't work out too good, did it? In Canada, a peace bond is essentially a form of extended probation. The signature promises to keep the peace for a period of up to 1 year or face criminal charges. Obtaining a peace bond may take several weeks or even months, so peace bonds do not deal with emergencies. An emergency, call 911, Canada's Department of Justice hopefully suggests. One such emergency would be when a jihadi is able to build multiple bombs in spite of being theoretically under law enforcement surveillance, because he is a known terrorist sympathizer. It is not hard to get hold of the components to build a bomb, people. And it's not going to trip any warnings. You can build explosive devices with kitchen chemicals with ease and a simple Google search. Banning things is not going to stop. Banning items is not going to stop the known wolves, the lone wolves, the terrorist attacks. It's not going to stop them. But we got to stop giving the appearance and stop letting ISIS succeed. We need to attack them. This patty cakes that we're playing with them, kicking the can down the road is what Obama's doing. He's been doing it for 4 years now. He knew about this, was told about this, ISIS. But he didn't want any of it getting out to the public because he had a re-election and he had already shot his mouth off saying that terrorism was on the ropes. And when these people shot up, he turns around and says it's a JV terrorist team. Well, this JV terrorist team has been kicking every country's ass for several years now. Our governments have been failing us, people. Not just America, United States, European Union. Those countries are failing their people. France. God, those people. Time and time again are getting failed by their government. I feel sorry for the people. But then again, they're allowing their government to do this. Canada, a weak-ass goddamn prime minister. America, we got this liberal agenda being pushed that's helping, and hell, we help create. And yes, I've been saying it before Trump did. A lot of people have been saying it before Trump did, that Obama created. Whether directly or indirectly. He created ISIS. Hillary helped arm them. Look what Trump said. Yeah? Oh, well, because the majority of us in the country have been saying that. Someone actually had the balls to say it on national TV. So the goddamn left is freaking out. It just amazes me. Buddy of mine just posted an article. CNN's Como comes right out and admits that we couldn't help Hillary any more than we have. I mean, we've seen it. This woman is the woman that helped create ISIS. We're at a crossroad, people, in this country. And this does affect the world. We turn one way to Trump, and we get a strong leader, and we can get back on track to being the top country, which does help a lot of other countries. If we go the other way to Hillary, we keep going down this weak path, and there's a lot of innocents that will get killed. A lot of innocent will lose their life. So our elections has a very large spectrum meaning across the globe. Our actions as citizens has put this world in danger. You know, everybody wants to always point at global warming, which is a joke, but they want to ignore our actions or inactions of allowing a president who's weak, who only wants to golf, that has caused this world to turn to hell, when they can actually do some good with their rhetoric. They want to save the world. Well, they have a chance to save the world, and that's not with Hillary. Hillary will continue this shit policy that has killed thousands of innocent people. So, with that, I want to say have a great weekend to everybody. It's come that time. It's the end of the show. Have a great, safe weekend. And, Kel, you'll be missed for those 2 weeks. I will miss you extremely. You're always great to have in the chat room, giving me information and helping me with stuff. And I just want to thank everybody. I'm so humble that people actually want to listen to my voice. I speak what I think. And I'm no different than everybody else. I'm just a little pissant in this world that's trying to get by. So until Monday, we'll be back Monday right here on SHR Media. Have a great weekend. Whoops. I always do that. I never get the damn closing. Peace.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.